Hey folks, thanks for joining me today. So in today's tutorial, we are going to be using a large oval stone that was created from the molds by the Happy Dotting Company. And I painted it black. And now I'm going in and I'm going to be making my background. So I'm using zinc and graphite, which are two different colors of gray, to give me this not so dark background, because I want it to be dark but not to the point where it is black, because I want to see some of the details that we're going to be putting on this beautiful stone. So if you watched my video last week, you would have seen me use the zinc there, and because it was on my desk, I used it again. So that's what this is. And I'm just using my finger dauber or my finger sponge, whatever you want to call it. And I am just sort of blending in the two different colors of gray, but not to the point where they are completely blended. I want it to be sort of some light areas and some darker areas, but not to be completely blended in. I just wanted to have this as the nice little background. And now, once it's dry, I'm going to come in with my general charcoal pencil and I'm going to draw on the shapes of the design that we're going to be painting today. So if you had seen the thumbnail at the beginning of this video, you would know that we are going to be painting a glow bug, or at least that's what I call them. Some people call them fireflies. There's so many different names for them, but I call them glow bugs, and they're just really, really fun little creatures that can make their bums light up. So for me, it is a sure sign that summer is here when you start seeing these little bugs flying around in the dark, and you just see these little blips of light here or there. And it's a fun game to play that you can watch it sort of go by and then predict where it's going to blink again. At least that's a game that I used to play when I was younger. Okay, who's kidding who? I still play that game. But it's fun, and like I said, it's a really good indicator that summer is here, and we are into warm weather and no more of this white stuff, and hopefully that we will be getting rid of it very, very soon. So you would have seen me draw everything on, and then I went in with some green paint. So this is called Citron green. And then, excuse me, I come in with some lemon yellow, and I'm just sort of blending it all together, and it doesn't blend all that well. So, and I'm okay with that because we're going to play with this for quite a bit, just to get the exact kind of blending that I want for this part. And you'll see me do a few other things too. So what I'm doing right now is I'm sort of blending outside of the line that I drew, because this is going to be the glowing part, the part that sort of glows around, well, his bum. And we're going to do some other details around it too. But I really wanted to get this part done the way that I wanted it to. And it does take me a little bit of time to get there, but it is a process and it's worth the wait. So trust me on this. It turns out amazing. So let me know in the comments if you guys play any kind of games with these glow bugs or fireflies, or what. Let me know what you call them even, or you can just let me know what you think of it, if you enjoyed the process of this. So like right now, I'm removing some of the paint that I put on with my little sponge. This is a sponge that I got at Michael's. So it's just like a piece of doweling with a little sponge added to the bottom of it. And I'm just using that to go back and forth between the citron green and the lemon yellow. Then I add some white into all of this. So why not, right? Let's add in some white. So that's what I'm doing here. And I am just blending it in so that it is nice and bright, but still has that glow effect. So I just continue to go back and forth with the different colors. I even use some of my, we'll call it it's one stroke sponging instead of one stroke painting. So I dip my sponge, half of it, into white, and the other half goes into, I'm now introducing sour apple. So that way I get sort of like an immediate blend with the two colors as I'm sponging. So, which works really, really well. And now I'm going to come back in where all that paint that I wiped away, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to add a little bit more around it. So I don't want it to be completely covered. I want some of that darkness to come through because that really shows that the end of the actual insect part and the beginning of the glow part. So this is the reason why I painted the rock with some zinc and graphite, because I'm making his body black and I really wanted to be able to see that, and I can't do black on black. So that's what, or why I did the background the way that I did. And I'm really happy that I did do that because after this little guy is resined, he really glows and it's pretty cool. A thought that I had that I didn't do, but maybe you could do if you wanted to, if you had any glow in the dark paint, you could add that to his bum. I don't know what other description word I could use for that, but it is his bum. And then once it's resined and it's light activated, it would glow for real. So that's something that maybe if I do another one, I will definitely put in some glow in the dark paint to give it that glow. I've used glow in the dark paint before with other paintings I have done in the past. And it's always turned out really well and looks really cool. And it's a big hit too, when, especially around Halloween, when I do my skulls and I make their eyes glow in the dark. So there is that. Anyways, so now I'm just adding on these little details of his legs, and they're just little stick legs, and then I add in a little bit of muscle. So you'll see how, like this one right here, there's a little bit of muscle, but I bring it back down to the point where the joint is. So that would be his knee. And now I'm doing his calves and bringing it back down to the point where his ankles would be. And I did the same for his front legs as well. So now that I'm letting that dry, let's go back to his bum and we'll start blending some more. So now I'm using sour apple and I'm adding in some of that lemon yellow. And again, I will be adding in some more white. I'm really trying to get this rounded out so that once I do my outlines, you can really see it to be sort of like the end of his body and the beginning of the glow. So as I continue with this process, you will see what I mean. But it really looks like it's glowing by me just using these different colors. And I'm really, really happy with it. Now his wings are kind of iridescent, so they're kind of see-through. So I really want to separate them from the back of the rock. So I'm just doing some dry brushing or dry sponging. And I'm adding in a little bit of white that's been mixed with gray. And that gives that iridescent kind of look. But now I'm going to come in with some white paint and I'm going to outline his wings. And I will also use the white paint for the veins in his wings. And you'll see that as I continue doing this. Instead of using black, I thought white would be a little bit better because white also gives that the incept. I don't know what word I'm trying to look for. The conception? No, the concept. Let's go with concept. It gives it the concept of being clear. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong with using that word and it's in the wrong context. But that's just, me. I make up words or I make them mean what I want them to mean. So I'm not very technical here. This is just, what I do. Anyways, so I'm going to finish up these wings and make them join each other and put in all those little veins. So you'll see me do that. While I'm doing that, I'm going to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for joining. I'm so happy that you were able to take some time out of your day and hang out with me today. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you like the video, the easiest way to let me know is by giving me a thumbs up. It's a quick click to do. You could also subscribe if you haven't already. I post every Friday, and I've got some really cool ones coming up. So they're already in the queue. And if you don't want to miss anything, make sure you hit that little bell on the notification side, and it will send you a notification every time that I post something new. So you don't want to miss anything. I got some pretty cool things coming up. So I don't want to spoil them, but keep an eye on my channel, and you'll be seeing those coming up very, very soon. So you would have seen me draw on these the veins because I wanted to try to keep them as symmetrical as possible. And I'm not always that great doing it freehand when I'm trying to do the same on both sides. So if I draw them on first and then paint over top, I have less chance that it's going to look funny or not the same. So that's what I did. And because it's my general charcoal pencil that I used, it wipes off so easy once it's all dry. You just take a damp cloth and you can just wipe it and it goes away, and you're ready to resin it. So you'll see like around his head too, where there's a little bit of the charcoal pencil marks there from when I drew on the template, I guess we'll call it. That's there as well. So and I just want to remind you too that all the colors that I do use, if I do forget to mention them, they are in the description. So I put every single video has the description, or sorry, every video in the description has the paint colors listed that I use for that particular tutorial. So if I forget to mention what brand I'm using or what the actual name of the paint is, you can find it there. It'll always be there. I also have links to other videos. I have what I call my year in review, and I have all of the videos made in that particular year. Pictures are shown of each one, and then there is a link in the description of that video to take you to the video for whatever the picture is that you just looked at. Does that make sense? It sounds like a lot of work, but it's not. It's just a couple clicks and you're good to go. So if you're new and you want to catch up on anything, that would be your best way to do that. So I'm adding in a little bit more detail of the body, and what I'm doing is I am using some of that gray color. I think this is the graphite because I think it's a little bit lighter than the zinc. And I'm just putting it on to show that he's got sort of like a little bit of a shine on the top of him. And I did his eyes as well. And now I'm going back to his bum yet again to do some more blending. But this I needed to do because I'm going to be doing some outlining. I'm doing it right now. So this is the sour apple that I'm using as the outline in its purest form. So no blending, I'm just painting around it, and I want it to be that color and on the outside of that white so that you can see that that is the end of his body, but the beginning of the glow. And then I come down with some black paint and my fine lining brush, and I only come down halfway because I want the glow to sort of eat up that the rest of his bum there that's really, really glowing. And then I'm going to add sort of like a little spot here that lets it be part of the body. And then I'm going to put some stripes over top of his bum too. So you'll see that happen very, very soon. Like how about right now? So I'm going to do that right now. And then my last touch that I'm going to do on this little guy is I am going to put on some glitter paint onto his wings. And I'm going to make it look so that they're a little bit glittery when you turn it in the light. I'm not going to put a lot on, so it's going to be very, very subtle. But I do that. Oh, I just said do. Is that okay? I'm sorry. I'm just in a very good mood. I don't know why. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe it's, the days are getting longer. I don't know. I'm happy. And that's a good thing. So here I am. I'm going to add a little bit more details to the glow using the lemon yellow, and I'm going to use some sour apple, and I'm just going to add dots randomly. I'm going to dot in a color, and I'm just going to keep dotting until they get smaller, and I'm just going to do this all the way around to give that kind of fairy look, like fairy dust or something like that. And now I'm just putting on that clear coat that I was talking about with a little bit of glitter in it. And I'm not, like I said, I did not put it on very thick, so it's very, very subtle. And you can only see it when the rock itself is moved so that you can see that those glitters are getting caught by the light as you move it around. But all in all, I am very pleased with how this little guy turned out. He's probably one of my favorite bugs that I've done so far. And likely I will be doing some more of these little guys because they are absolutely so cute and a great addition to to my arsenal of rocks that are bugs. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I really enjoyed bringing it to you, and I can't wait to get started on the next bug that's going to go into my collection. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. I'd be really interested to know what else I can add to my bug collection. Anyways, so I'm just going to finish this off and let it dry and give it a coat of resin, and it's finished. So there you have it, folks. Life is what you make it. So get creative.